Hello, I'm Sally Taylor. Welcome to South Today. In tonight's programme, the family caught in the middle of tough immigration laws, which could mean a young mother is forced to return to Japan.
The Home Office have said that she should make immediate plans to leave the country, and if she doesn't, they will remove her by force.
A young family from Dorset faces being divided because of the UK's strict immigration laws. Matthew Botwood has a Japanese wife and the couple have 2 children, including a 5-month-old baby. But UK citizens with non-EU spouses are struggling to bring them to the UK permanently because of tighter restrictions. We first highlighted the case back in January. Well, now Mrs. Botwood's visa application has been turned down, even though the family meets the required earnings criteria. She's been told she'll have to return to Japan to reapply, forcing the family apart. Laura Trant has the story.
We met in a restaurant and just by chance, later on that evening, we met again in the hotel, and it turned out we were staying in the same hotel. But the next morning, I was going to Nepal and so was she, and we were on the same bus.
It was fate that brought them together. And now it's British law that's threatening to tear them apart.
I feel I'm not welcome here. My family is British, but just not me.
What are you going to glue?
Here.
Matt and Akimi met travelling in India. They later married in Japan. Last year, Matt returned home to Dorset, believing he'd done all he could to make sure Akimi could stay in the UK.
The Home Office have said that she should make immediate plans to leave the country, and if she doesn't, they will remove her by force. Either she goes back to Japan and we're going to face several months of separation and we reapply for a spouse visa, which we may or may not get, or we return to Japan.
Matt works as an electrician and earns above the £18,000 threshold stated by the Home Office. The Home Office has sent a letter listing reasons why Akimi isn't allowed to stay.
And it also says here, it should be noted that any employment undertaken by you is your choice.
So
what, you don't work?
Well, yeah, exactly. Presumably they want me to, you know, go on the dole and look after the children. I don't know.
The Home Office says that all cases are considered on their individual merits in line with immigration laws and the evidence that the applicant provides, and they won't comment further.
Kind of gotten over being angry, just very upset, and our number one priority now is trying to stay together as a family.
Matt is ready to buy a house, but can do nothing until he knows whether home will be here or 6,000 miles away. Laura Trant, BBC South Today in Blandford.
Well, a short while ago I spoke to immigration advisor Victoria Sharkey and I asked her how unusual this case is.
Unfortunately, it's not very unusual at the moment. This happens all across the world where British spouses are separated from their non-EU national families. Sometimes the children are left in the UK, sometimes they're left overseas. It happens every day.
On paper, this family appear to meet all the criteria, particularly over earnings. So why wouldn't they be allowed to stay together?
The problem is that there are a series of boxes which must be ticked. One of them is that the applicant, if in the UK on a visit visa, can't switch to spouse status. There is no discretion there. If that's the case, she must leave the UK to reapply.
I mean, from the humanity point of view, I mean, the government, you know, is clearly prepared to split up a family here.
Yes.
What can they do about it, the family?
Unfortunately, they can do very little. There is an appeal route open to them, but at the moment there are backlogs at the courts. It's taking upwards of a year to actually get an appeal hearing, during which time there's no right to work for the non-EU national spouse. She's stuck in a limbo without her passport, unable to travel. So really the only option is, quite bizarrely in my opinion, for her to return to Japan and apply from there.
Immigration is a hot potato, discussed a great deal. This is one aspect, though, that the government has actually got control over. Is it going to get tougher?
I think it probably is, looking at how the rules have changed over the last 10 years or more. Things have steadily got harder and harder. It will get even more difficult if the Human Rights Act is abolished. It seems to me that because numbers need to be cut, that the government are unfortunately focusing on the easy targets such as spouses.
Victoria Sharkey, thank you so much.
Thank you.